I'm going to try to teach Nick how to play pretty much any song that he'll be presented with. Whether with a group, or whether alone, whether he's trying to back up a singer, trying to sing it himself. Just sort of the fundamental tools to look at that song and take it from like an obscure musical place where you're making artistic decisions to it's a couple numbers I have to crunch to figure out how to play this, how to participate. Then after that, it's a whole world of creativity and decision making to decide how good you want to be. I can't teach him how to be good at this, but I can teach him how to simplify the thought process that goes into being good at it. If you want to start making choices outside of those chords, knowing the scale is the thing that's going to help you. Really, the only piece of memorization remains whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. This is strictly in major. You can get to minor later. It's just a different piece of memorization. You memorize the two of them, you are generally covered. The whole scale is what you have available to your right hand in most cases. And your left hand's job is basically to outline the chord. And in most things, you don't need that whole chord structure to outline the chord. In most things, if you're playing octave Cs, people are going to imagine that it's in the key of C. You don't need to tell them the rest of information, which frees up your right hand to make different choices. Some of those choices involve telling them the information of the key. Some of those choices involve making artistic flights of fancy of your own right. So let's stay in the key of C. The C's are 1. We're playing a 1. You got a structure out there. Great. Now, what would happen if you played another combination of 3 notes that also happen to be on just the white keys? Because we know they're all in play.
Should I move this as well?
Keep the left hand where it is. The left hand's holding down C. That's a fun new chord, right? And that definitely wasn't wrong. You showed up to my session and played that. I wouldn't say you were incorrect yet. Try more things. That's fun. Ooh. Look at all those fun choices you just made.
Yeah, that really feels like something that if I just fiddle around, it at least isn't annoying as hell to overhear. You know, it might not be anything, but this is what I was missing.
See, so this is great. You just walked yourself into a place where you needed to correct. Pretty much most music is about tension and release. It's about finding things that need to be corrected and then correcting them. And then the human brain is like, oh yeah, that's satisfying, that's good. That thing that was bad is now good. What a great player. And so you got yourself to a place where you didn't like the 3 notes that you had plopped out. You shifted them all one to the left, and it was something that you liked. You did that with purpose. All of a sudden, that's a wonderful musical decision, and not that you messed up. It's all about playing things with a confidence that allows you to correct for mistakes, and knowing over time you just develop an extensive library of places where your ideas can resolve, which protect you from doing something incorrect, and then allow you to explore other things you can do around a place where it resolves and feels right. At the extreme levels, you can play literally anything as long as you have thought about it forcefully enough before you do it, so you know where it's coming home and how it matters that you're doing it. And it can have no relation to any of these lessons. And as long as it lands back in something that makes sense to people, or even if it doesn't, if you have like the tremendous power of like conviction in your playing to make it never return home, but make that meaningful and true that it didn't, you can get away with that. So really everything from where you are to the horizon is about making decisions that feel good to you and learning how to play them with a conviction that feels good to other people.
Realizing that I can screw up and that that's just part of a phrase that I can bring back to where I want, that's amazing. It just kind of clicked. Oh, that's what music is. You do something that's just a little off what the brain wants and you bring it back to what the brain wants.